Good morning, guys. Welcome to this Thursday, June 11th, SpaceX Day. You haven't known today they're gonna price the SpaceX IPO, and then they're gonna be probably after they close, and then they're gonna be trading on Friday. And that's gonna be interesting to see. So some of the selling I think we've seen may have been related to raising capital for that. So that's like what, the $2 trillion IPO? That's something, you know. That's something. Anyway, so that's going on today. We also have a little bit more news. We have jobless claims and PPI coming out at 8:30. So producer price index, give you an idea of what's happening on inflation on the producer level. And after that, we get the 30-year auction at 1. So that's what we got on tap today. And the markets has been, as they always are in the overnight, they've been creeping up. I mean, we sold off pretty good, close towards the lows yesterday. Overnight retracing about 50% of the range, and but we're not quite back at the highs by any means. So this just feels like a bargain hunt going on at the from the lows. You never know what the lows are going to be. So some of the prices, like Nvidia, has been below 200 already. That's pretty good. It's like if you're looking to pick up some of those stocks after they reversed a lot of that crazy stuff which happened since like mid-April, that big freaking rally we had. That whole thing has been reversed. Now, all stocks are not reversed to their original state by any means, but there's a lot of them which has been on the fly. It's definitely back down at price levels where you can look for a potential buying opportunity. So, but no one knows really how far they're going to take this on the downside. That's just going to be anyone's guess. So, yeah, I would just stay on the short side. Look for early strength. Look for opportunities to get short for rotations down, at least for now. Let's see if they can get up above this area, the 7340, this congestion area. Trade back up here again in this upper area, the 7400s. We will back at least range bound. As long as they stay below this area, the 7340s, I'm going to stay on the short side on this guy. I'm pointing to the F1 and to the little blue stripe here in the middle. So that gives us just I mean, below this guy, there's a lot of range on the downside. We have one decent attractor area here at the 7150, but if they're heading down here towards the 7000s again, and that's going to be a pretty good reversal. I mean, we're trading all the way up here at the 7630s, right? So we're down here at the 7230s right now. So that would be 400 points to the downside. On a 7, it's like a little bit more than 5% in the pullback. So a pretty good pullback so far. A lot of positions shaking out. But as long as they stay below this area, the 7340, are going to be staying on the short side, or favor the short side at least. And then we'll see. That doesn't mean that you can get little snap rallies here on the upside. As you can see, the overnight rally has been pretty good. If you're looking to buy at the lows here in the overnight, you'll be in good shape. But that's what usually happens on the way down when the market is trading lower. You get this overnight strength. You get a little rally in the morning, the first half hour or so, a little rally to the upside, and then they start hammering it in the afternoon. And then on an up market, it's very much the opposite. You usually get a little bit of selling in the morning, and then you get a nice little uptrend going on in the afternoon. So right now, that's going to be the structure is pointed lower. We're going to move out of the middle to the downside on the capital flow, and same on the well, not quite on the exchange member chart. A little bit too volatile to point that out just yet. But as yesterday's did not extend, but this overnight ran the stops below the obvious, so you can argue that point on this one. I would still just look to sell strength for rotations down. If it starts trading up above this 7404, the high of yesterday, that would be a good indication that we may have a little bit of strength building. That would be basically back to that point here and then retracing back up. If they start taking out this area, the 7460s, maybe be inclined to start thinking long side of the market again. So that's the way I'm looking at it. So levels for short opportunities against the 7335s, the 45s, the 55s, 70s, 90s, and the 7400, 7404 here for rotations back down. It could be a level in between here. This level here is not that obvious, is it? I think I'm leaning against this ledge over here, but it's yeah, it may also have been left over from yesterday, so I'm gonna leave it there for now. It's part of the value area too. But looking for those opportunities, 73.35s, 45s, 55s, 70, a little bit of caution on that one. The 90s, a better level here. You have a mode of that prior day. The 7400, 7405, that's a high of the yesterday's day session. So these two upper levels are probably the better ones. This in the middle, I'm going to take a little bit of caution. Same with this guy right here at the 55s. The first ones, the next couple, have a little bit more to lean against on those as well. So 35, 45, decent levels, 55 and 70 with a little bit of caution. And then if they get up to the 90s and 7400s, yeah, that would be opportunities for short setups. And of course, and if they're going to keep grinding this higher, definitely opportunities for long setups as well as they keep doing that. So just be cautious that you don't sell right into an edge or a ledge or something like that. That would be an issue. Now, that 55 is leaning against this mode from that overnight. That's what that is. But again, I mean, the yesterday's trading has been nothing but crazy volatile. So I opted for a couple of trades yesterday and realized, okay, crap. I mean, unless you have really good trade location, and even so, I had great trade location on one trade, and it still ran like 9 points up and high tick me. It's like when you bars, the little bursts or little bars are like 10 points. That makes it very difficult to trade with a 5-point stop. So you have to be really cautious about that. If you want to trade with a bigger stop, fine. Just be aware that just expose yourself to a little bit more risk. But you have to adjust. If you're going to trade volatile markets like they are right now, you have to be adjusting your stop size accordingly. And I mean, the ideal way to put in the stop is on an outside of a rotation, so that you have I mean, if you're looking at the short, just as an example, over on this retest, you want to have your rotation outside that rotation is where you want to have your stop. So if that is now 32, that would be 34, that would be 30. Yeah, it would be fine with a 5-point stop. So this range is not too crazy. So that's kind of the way you look at it. But if you're looking at the really volatile market, you find the prior rotation and you make sure you stay outside of that one. Because if they take that out, then you're flat out wrong. But that could be a 10, 15-point swing. Could be pretty big. On the NASDAQ, also same story there. Pretty good move to the upside in the retracement ladder. They are heading higher. Back up above this ledge here, the 28,800s. So they're back up in this range again. They're probed below this area, this three-letter ledge now, 1, 2, 3 times. All right, and so far they held 3 times. So that's actually a pretty good sign. All right, I like that sign. It's 3 times they've been trying to take that thing out and they have not been able to. Now the third time, in all fairness, hasn't been quite a retest yet. They've been down in the overnight. The overnight hasn't headed lower or anything like that. Sometimes you get exactly that they're taking out support so that there's just no buying interest and they just keep taking this lower, but not so far. So at least a double retest right now in this lower area, and the overnight here trading up above it. So not quite that third retest just yet, but I will consider that a pretty good strong ledge right now. So we'll see if they can hold here. Will be good, but I'm going to still look to trade it from the short side until I see them take out some of these resistance areas on the upside. And on the NASDAQ, we have 2 levels here. We have to key in on. First going to be that 940s, 950s, and then it's going to be the 29,760s. So it's the 450 to 500s and 750 to 800s. That's 29 there. This is here. We're in the 28.8 right now. So they start taking out some of those, maybe back on the long side again. But right now, We are pretty much back in this bigger range. We are going looking for. We're looking at early strength in the overnight and looking for early strength in the day session. And the levels to get short against 920s, the 28,900 or 29,000s, 29,080s, 150, 160s, up to the 250s here, 240, 250s. So 240, 250s. This is 29, that's up there. Yeah, it's just going to be up here. So all the way up here. Now, if they keep going, there's long opportunities on the way up as well. So it's so much range here. So you're getting long between these levels, sure. If they're grinding higher, by all means, try a long trade. Let's be mindful the volatility that buying a pullback, a little bit of caution. Depending on the volatility, you're just going to have to just make sure your stop size is not too crazy. But look for potential breakouts. Have to take out the level like this, running up to the next one. That would be the best idea. That would be the ideal way of hopping on a long trade. Or if they take out a retest and start extending. And I usually like to key in on that second bar. I mean, if they take the second bar a little bit higher and then fail on you, then it's just like, okay. But I mean, you're looking for a retest if you're looking at the NASDAQ, something like this. A retest, they take out a little bit and then fail. And if they take that out and then start extending, that would be more like you're looking at on this retest here, right? So here you have a retest on this prior bar or a prior rotation. For the next bar stalls, it starts taking this higher. So here you have an opportunity. It doesn't look like it's the normal, the run up and fail. So that would be an opportunity to hop on a long trade. But I mean, it's pretty volatile. So you tend to be trading this with a bit of caution. So I'm going to watch it and see how crazy it is. If it swings back and forth like crazy town, I'm probably going to sit on the sidelines. If I see a nice little trend building somewhere, then maybe try hopping on that trend. But technically, in the bigger picture, we're looking for short setups against early strength, for rotations down, until they start taking out some of those key areas on the upside. And after today, it's going to be interesting. After tomorrow's trading, it's going to be interesting to see how that IPO impacts the market. That's a huge IPO. And then we have two more. We have Anthropic and we have the Open AI as well. Both of them are massive IPOs. Looking at the bonds, bond market is kind of yawning at this whole thing. Has been. I would say that the good news is that the bond market is back up above the 11, 15, 16. So they're off that lower edge. We have a 30-year auction coming out today. So I would be watching that guy. At 1 o'clock, and I would expect some dealer manipulation. This that you see here is very much like dealer manipulation when it looks like this. It's just grinding this higher, slowly moving this higher, and getting to a level that where they want to be. But so watch for that today on the bond market. And crypto-wise, before I get, so I would look for a potential short against this 112. On the bonds, if they take out that 112 level, I will stay on the long side and see how far they want to grind this to the upside. But just be mindful that dealer manipulation is tricky because they take it up to a level and then turn it on a dime. So, and looking to buy weakness early on against the, I would probably look for the 11-18s and the 12 to 14s here, 12 to 14, and the 18-19s here for rotations back up again. So that's the way I'm looking at the bonds this morning. So fairly straightforward, but it looks to me like we have a little grind to the upside here. Key thing is if they take out that 112 level, it could be interesting. On the cryptos, and I'm watching oil on the crypto oil. I kind of like that guy. The volume is a little bit on the low end, but it's tracking pretty good with the CME oil. A little bit more manageable contract. And as you can see, oil has been down below 90 again. With all that crap going on in the Middle East, we just learned yesterday that there have been that Operation Freedom has been going on in the background anyway, and they've been getting a bunch of tankers out. And without the Iranians knowing. So that's interesting. That's probably why the oil prices has been reasonably stable. So things are happening there. We'll see how that whole thing plays out right now. But the silver and gold just sideways right now. Silver has been on the downward trajectory, pretty good pressure to the downside on the silver side. Gold, same story there. Also, they're down to like below 4,100 on gold. That's under pressure. And oil is also to the downside. So all of them kind of to the downside right now. And I would look to trade them on the short side at least for now. That's what I would do. And the Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're all over the place. So they have been pretty much getting hammered. It looks to get a little bit of a pop, but there have been a lot of downward pressure. So I'm waiting for a little bit of a pop on those. We'll see. But no, that's one gold trade from yesterday. That's about it. All right, back to the ES and the NASDAQ. So enough about the cryptos, but those are coin-based contracts. So whole different order running, no data fees or anything like that. I'm going to try to get a little bit more attention to them, but it's definitely had the opportunity to become an alternative to the CME. I just had to work a little bit on the commissions, I think. All right, so enough of that. ES NASDAQ, we know where we stand. It's still twisting in the wind. In a few minutes, we're going to get the PPI and the jobless claims number. And thereafter, we'll see how this whole thing develops. But we'll wrap it there, guys. So good trading, and I will see you guys back at 11:30 for the next update. All right, guys, later.